Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Shut, coming back to you with episode 2 of Direwolf20's 1.18.2 Modpack. And real quick, I'm currently standing right next to this chest, because I missed this last episode. There is an upper portion to this larger building. I'm currently standing at the very top of it. There's diamonds, emeralds, and obsidian in this chest. So that is pretty cool. Let me go down here again. So this is the second layer right here. We've got a librarian here with mending immediately out of the gate. Mending. I don't know if we'll do too much villager trading. I think I might try to avoid that this series. But there's holding 1 and protection 1 in that chest. There's some more chests around here as well. So if I run over this direction, there's this one that has some arrows, some rabbit foot, some rabbit hide. Over here is a few more arrows, and I don't believe there's anything in this chest. And those are kind of just solid wooden pillars. So there was a staircase that I just missed. Of course, I'll have to come back and get some of this stuff. I don't really think we need the villagers too much. I mean, we could definitely use them if we really wanted to, but I don't know if I really want to mess with them this season. It might be a bit easier to mess with them this season, or with this series, but yeah. I think I'm going to head back. I did not do the mining because I saw that, wanted to record that, so let me do some mining, and I will be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so I quickly want to talk about the coal chunks mod real quick. So I've went down into the caves, and I've got, quite a bit of different ores and different quantities of ores. I've also got some ore berries, which were down there. I haven't shown you, which are these just little bush things here. They can grow and produce ore berries. This is ore berries replanted. If you don't know, Tinkers, I believe it was just Tinkers itself, added what was called ore berry bushes that would basically make ore berries. Different types like iron, aluminum, things like that, right? And they removed those after a while, and now this mod is adding them back into the game, which is awesome. But the thing is, though, is we need a few of these, right? You need to make 9 of these to actually make 1 ingot, right? So what I can do, I can come in here, I can take, a couple of those, and I can actually break down one set of these large ones into mini ones here. So of course, I could just throw these 8, or I could, go make 9 of these. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take 9 of these, throw in 2 of these, let that smelt up, and I can actually take 1 away. Take that 1, just throw it in here. Kind of thing. It does kind of seem silly using this. You could just, make a whole bunch of mini coal and go for it, or, the small coal chunks and go for it. I like this mod because it's, it's mine, right? That's the coolest thing, is I made it, right? I love that fact. But yeah, so we're just going to smelt up some of these. There's nothing else you can really do with these. This mod does add vat crushing, which is just like these oak vats. Let me quickly turn off mine together here. So let's see. So if I look up, I believe add ore berry, this just adds vats and molten, or like juice. So you can actually make, this a different way if you didn't want to waste fuel, which is pretty cool. I don't really know the spawn rates of this stuff either, so that's going to be interesting. We also can, I believe, crush this stuff, right? Is that still kind of a thing we can do? I got the macerator, which doesn't really give you a double ore percentage chance. I'm just looking, by the way. So it's like a 33% chance altogether, no matter what you use. Okay. And of course, if you use the Smeltery, I don't know if that's right, but we'll see. Okay, anyway. But yeah, you can take all these berries out, and you can make an ingot with them by just doing that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I didn't really get too much. Kind of just a mixture of ores and everything. But yeah, so let me be back. Let me clear out my inventory. I think I might need to make a house full of chests or something. I don't know. We need to look at probably, making a bigger house or something like that. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I've done a little bit of mining, but I've come across the issue of not having enough storage. So I've made a backpack. This is the uncommon backpack. So I made the common, which is this recipe, and then the uncommon, which is this recipe. This does not give you a whole lot of storage. And I think we're going to think about moving out of here this episode. So I've been looking around the map, kind of just been boating and stuff. We have like a shrublands over here, a jungle. Whatever this is, this seems to be a bit more jungle. We actually have a forest up in this direction. I'm not 100% sure where I want to move to, but I think the forest sounds like a good option. Kind of the first little thing, right? So we can have a nice little area, clear out some trees, put a house there. And if we want to move in the future, we can definitely do that. I'm going to leave some stuff here, so we can pick up a little bit more of the important stuff here. But I will be doing a few trips back and forth here. I really guess we need to figure out where we're actually going to end up. Do I have my logs on me? Yes. So let's trade that for that. And I think I'm going to go to the forest. I think. If I choose not to, then I'll tell you guys. But I think I'm going to go to the forest, which is directly behind me, over in this direction. We actually, hold on, before I do that, I can show you how to get there just a bit quicker, I guess. So we have a waystone somewhere in here, right? I don't think I've ever used these, but I'm pretty sure this is the destination. Yeah, right next to the forest. Haha. Or whatever this is. This is a brushland, which means fine, it's grass. Yeah, so we have waystones to actually get back and forth quite quickly. So let's swim over here and kind of see what this land is like on camera, and then we can, start moving stuff once we get a general area. Let's see here. I've actually not walked over into this area. I just saw it, marked it, and ran away because it was getting dark. It looks like we have some of the my trees, the rubber my trees here. We've got some pumpkins. Generally nice looking land. Got some oak trees. Yeah, this is a rubber wood from Myra trees. I don't know how to pronounce it. My trees is what I'm going to call it. Also, between last segment and this one, I've updated the pack twice. There's been 2 updates to it. Mine colonies was added. There was quite a few other mods, but I also removed mine colonies immediately. But yeah, I think this land should be fine. I don't see too many issues with it. I mean, it's not a forest, so maybe we hold off and just kind of look around a little bit more. I don't know. Because I don't want to be in that desert, especially because there's a whole bunch of water under it, basically. So let me be right back. Let me see if I can find a better area, and I'll be right back with you. I think I just found a shiny crab. You got a normal crab and a shiny crab. And I ain't worried about catching them. I have raw crab leg. I have ripped his leg out from his body. It's not even a shiny crab leg. I got ripped off. Alrighty, so after a little while, I have moved everything into this nice house that I've built. It's kind of interesting. With this landscape right outside the door. I just thought, this was a nice little place. Got a ruined portal over there, wandering trader, like this little cool archway type of thing under here. And right next to this is a little bit of a jungle and some sort of forest, which we can actually look at. This is called a haze mountain. So we've got tons and tons of different lands around us, which is pretty cool. I kind of want to start looking at something, but I don't know if I have enough resources for it, because I haven't really been gathering a lot of resources with like sand and stuff. I've got clay. I've got gravel. I'm missing sand. So let's go to sleep. I'm going to grab some sand and I'll be right back with you. I love how obvious my house is against the land. It really is. And it's also pretty obvious on the mini-map, even if it's a gray texture. So I think I've got enough sand. We're kind of heading back up here, but I kind of wanted to show a little bit closer to the landscape as I'm traversing. It's a lot of coarse dirt and stuff, which is fine. But we also have like a cave under us. Tons and tons of caves. There's a melon right there too. That's perfect. Yeah, Wandering Trader. We got. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I haven't really shown a lot of mining. But we do have Deep Resonance, which is an older mod. I believe it originally came out in like 1.10, 1.12, I believe. One of those versions. Maybe 1.7.4. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. I think it was 1.7.4. But I may be wrong, right? I'm not 100% sure. I know it came out in that kind of time period. So it's a pretty cool power mod that I am excited to get into. It's been a minute, that's for sure. Okay, so we have 64 grout. Some stone in here, been cooking. So let's grab 32 of that, 32 of that. I'll throw 64 in there. You know what I should add? To the coal chunk mod. And I don't know why I just thought of this. It's like a larger chunk of coal. Let's see. So let's go for 8 of that. Now let's just do 4, right? I think 4 should cook it. I kind of want to add. I don't know why. Like I just purely thought of this while doing this. Maybe I add like larger chunks. Like maybe you put like 2 pieces of charcoal in here, and it gives you a larger chunk of charcoal, which could smelt 16 items. Or you put 4 in here, and it gives you however many that is. Honestly, completely blanking. 8, 16, 16. Brain is not working. Does not compute. I think it's like 36. No, 32, right? Because it's basically 64 divided by 2. It's 32. Yeah, so this would be like half a stack. Or you could, of course, just add 2, which would be 16. You take 2 of those. And yeah, I might add that. That might be interesting. So that way you could put like 4 of those to, or no, 2 of those larger chunks to smelt an entire stack with it, with like knowing 100% certainty. Because I know math's not that easy, right? Like some people aren't as great as others, and that's kind of obvious with how bad I was at just calculating that amount of math. But we're making some seared brick. I don't know if I even mentioned. I just made grout, which is sand, gravel, and clay. I made the bigger thing of clay because it's just easier. What we'll then do is we'll take this seared brick and we can make what is called a melter. I believe the seared melter is what we need, and a seared heater. So we will need some glass here in a second. So let's see. Do we have any more sand? Unless I have like 14 on me. So let's make another furnace here. I am really happy to be back in this. This episode might seem just a bit more rushed than usual. That is because I worked just a little bit longer than I normally do. And thus I don't have as much time to record this episode as I usually do. So that's okay. So we need 6. So we'll just do... We'll just break it down a little bit further. And for right now... Okay, we'll throw in 6 of those, 6 of those. That's not creepy at all. Not creepy at all. And I have 5 in there. I guess I could have grabbed those, but it's fine. Okay, so let's grab that. I believe that the actual seared melter is a fuel gauge of some sort. So we'll need a few more pieces of glass here. I believe 5, right? Did I just see that right? Oh, also, I found this in another village, by the way, this engineer's crafting table. Like, I was exploring a lot off camera just because, you know, it kind of takes a lot of time, and I don't want to waste too much time on that kind of stuff. So we're going to do this. We're then going to do this. Okay. And then I believe we can actually put this down. We'll just put it down right here. And seared melter. Okay. I believe that's all we need. Actually, we need what is called a faucet. Seared faucet. And then we can also grab this, which is a casting table. Seared casting table. Okay, shift, right click onto that. And what we can do then is actually take copper later. Of course, we're not going to do this right now. You can take some copper. I believe 2 or 3 chunks might do it. I'm not 100% sure now because I haven't really messed with the chunks and how they fully function. But yeah, this is how you make the controller, which we'll make in a while. I kind of want to grab some of the other Tinker stuff here, which is requiring wood. So let's see, we've got jungle planks, that'll work. Alright, so let's make this. Do I have sticks? I have some sticks in here. So we'll need to make what is called patterns. And we'll make a few more of these. Okay, I believe one of the recipes is... I believe like something like this, wasn't it? Yeah. So this is a crafting station. I'm not going to craft this one just because we have that. Yes, I made a crafting table. It doesn't matter. I'll use it sooner or later. But let's see. So we could probably make... I'm not 100% sure the recipes anymore. Okay, so we've got Tinker Station. We need that. Let's actually look at Tinkers here. And we could look at like table. Okay. So I'll just scroll through here. So we've got the crafting station. Of course, there's a whole bunch of different variants of that. We have the Tinker Station, crafting table, Tinker Station, and then down here the part builder, which is that. I was close to making it earlier. Of course, we'll have to make some more patterns here. Patterns are going to be very useful for the very beginning, just because you will use them a lot. And then we'll just place these bad boys right here for right now. We'll probably move these outside sometime, but for now. Alrighty, so of course we'll need some more patterns here. And this is kind of where Tinkers really starts to, you know, kind of take over a little bit here. We have a whole bunch of different options, of course. I don't think this actually functions, but that's okay. Basically what you do is you click a specific pattern, such as pickaxe head, which is pick head, and it'll tell you the cost and all that fancy jazz. So if I throw 2 cobblestone in here, I can get a stone pickaxe head. We can also actually come over here real quick before I forget and actually look at the pattern. So on the right side, components, it says pick head, tool handle, tool binding. Those are not in order at all, and that kind of bugs me, but that's fine. But you have like the sword, the dagger, the comma, the pickads. I've actually never seen this one yet. The versatile mining tool is effective on rock, dirt, sand, and gravel, but it is not sharp enough to mine tougher stone blocks like many ores. That is interesting. That's actually a new thing. I'm pretty sure it's replacing one of the older ones, but that's fine. A hand axe, a mattock, which is basically like a hoe, I believe, as well. Or no, that's the comma. The comma's the hoe, and this is kind of just like a shovel and an axe. And it requires a round plate, which is new. So instead of the shovel head now, we actually have a round plate. So that's something new for this version. That's interesting. All right, let's get a tool binding here. We'll just go all stone for right now. We can actually change out this stuff as time goes on. once we get molten metals and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can look at all the pretty cool things here. We've got 3 upgrade slots, 1 ability slot, and that is a stone pickaxe. Okay, and once we get the actual basin, oop, I actually just tabbed out for a second there. If we come over here and we get an actual basin, by the way, this is the basin. It's just an upside down table. But this table is actually going to be useful in a little while. Let's actually do this. Where is my raw copper? Let's see how much this actually makes. I think we'll just throw 3 in here. And we'll throw in some coal. Okay, and this will start melting, right? I guess you could actually throw the coal into this one because it kind of connects, which is pretty cool. But we'll get the copper here in a second. That's 4 ingots. So just fill this up with 3 copper chunks. Right click, and we'll have a smeltery controller. Of course, we will need a ton more seared bricks because we are basically out of all of them. And I should have thrown 8 in there, not 4. But there is a smeltery controller. Remember, the smeltery that this goes to requires lava. By default, lava or blazing blood. I don't think there's any other liquids, maybe, that have been added. So keep that in mind. So we can't really use this until we get more of that, but, you know, take some time. And I don't think there's a way to get the seared ingots any other way. Not in this pack, at least. But, which, I mean, this is kind of default, right? So I don't think there's really any other way. A stone button and molten clay, apparently, would work. So yeah, if you just smelt down other stuff, if you smelt grout in an actual smeltery, it'll double it, which is pretty nifty. But yeah, there's no other way to really get this stuff, which kind of sucks. So we'll have to do some more mining and all of that jazz. But I think for right now, we can make a few more bricks. But actually, I don't want to do that just yet. So we need actually one other thing, which is a tank. But I believe we need a piece of glass in the center of this, and I just placed that. My bad. Okay, so this is a seared fuel tank. This is what you put the lava / blazing blood in. Blazing blood requires a smeltery, so lava is what we're going to be using. But we can actually place this thing outside somewhere. Because I'm not putting in this house. That'd be kind of funny. Alright, so let's go outside here. We've got this little area over here. I think it'd just be perfect for. I might level this whole thing sooner or later, but that's fine. So what we'll need to do is I want to create a 9x9 of, or 3x3, not a 9x9. 3x3 of seared bricks here, which we will need, you know, a lot more bricks than just 14, because we'll need to then surround this. That texture is different. Dancing on my work, fool. Okay, but yeah, we'll definitely need more bricks than that. But the way this will work is we'll put a brick here on the opposite side, so this left side, right side, 3 here, and that'll give us an active smeltery. Of course, we'll need, you know, a faucet and a drain and stuff like that, which if you want to drain, just the seared drain is fine. 2 copper ingots, 4 seared brick. So we can definitely look into that real quick to try to get a smeltery this episode. No promises, but, you know. Alright, so we have a few more of these, and I keep accidentally pressing Windows key, so let me turn on the game mode that my keyboard has to disable that key, because I do keep pressing it. And we will then actually need a couple more ingots of this, so let's go grab, where is it at? Am I just completely blind here? So we need, I think it is just 2, right? So throw that in there, throw that in there, and we are good. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of updating the coal chunks mod to add some bigger varieties of coal. I think that would be interesting. Also, the texture, by the way, There is a resource pack, by the way, that'll replace the textures for the vanilla copper into this. I believe this is Tinkers, or not Tinkers. It may be Tinkers. It may be Create, or it might be Thermal, or it might be Mechanism. I don't know what adds this texture. I can't fully remember, but it's in here. All you got to do is just activate it. There's like the slightly improved text, the Quark programmer art, the normal programmer art, and all of that jazz. So if you want that, don't forget to turn that on. That's why mine looks completely different than usual. Alrighty, so we'll then do this, and this, and then we will do the rest of this as bricks. Perfect. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bricks. No, 4 bricks. The reason we need 4 bricks is because we are removing 1 to place the drain, basically. Alright, so that should be enough to get this smeltery up and going. Of course, I don't have lava. I don't even have a bucket, actually. So I guess that's kind of our next goal. There's some lava probably over yonder at the actual ruined portal, so we can probably go grab a bucket or 2 from there. Let's grab seared drain, place the faucet down, seared brick, seared brick, seared brick, and this will be active. Of course, since this is a smaller smeltery, we won't really have too many slots. Cool thing is with Tinkers, if you actually throw an item in here, it will show up in the available slots. So that's how you kind of know how many slots you have available. We have a raider thing happening over in this direction on my mini map, so just notice that. But also, if you don't feel like opening the inventory, just toss it in. But now we need a bucket of lava to actually get this going. So let's quickly grab that. I really don't want to deal with the whole raider situation over there. But I don't know if I actually have any iron. I have some iron nuggets. Let's close my door here. Okay, so I have 3 of those. So I'm going to go hunt some lava down, and we'll look at this smeltery just a little bit closer here. Alrighty, so I found a singular bucket of lava by digging a stairway down to, a decent distance. I found a pretty decent cave, so I think I'll probably use this as my mine shaft. I'm going to probably explore that cave a lot more once we got better tools and armor and stuff like that. Of course, it is probably getting dark out here, so I'm going to kind of light up this area. I have a few torches on me. It's probably not the worst idea to just start lighting this up because, we're going to be around this area. I'd rather not have a creeper drop in anytime soon. We'll probably get a magma torch. I think that's probably a pretty decent priority. If you don't know what a magma torch is, basically it allows for nothing to spawn hostilely, nothing hostile to spawn in a certain radius around your base, which is pretty awesome if you'd ask me. It is expensive, like early game, middle game it's not too bad. Of course, end game, it's definitely not bad at all. It just requires a few diamonds, a few golden ingots, and I think a torch or 2. So we'll definitely have to look at that, and we can stop and look at that in a second here. Let me just go to sleep. I do like this little gray house. It's kind of cool. By the way, the floors, I don't even think I talked about them. This is archwood planks from ours. That word, Nuavo. I'm going to butcher that every time I try to say it. But alright, so let's get this bucket in here and show you guys what happens. And I think we'll wrap up the episode after that. Alright, so Tinkers does technically ore double like 33% of the time or something like that. I think. I may be wrong. But let's watch this go. So we have 9 raw copper. Okay, let's see how many ingots we get out of this much copper. And this is kind of the benefit of making a smeltery. Of course, if you don't have lava, there's no point. But, yeah, so we've got 3 extra ingots. So it's kind of like a 30... it's not really a 33% chance with Tinkers, because at the end of the day, whenever you're smelting this stuff, so for example, if we press U on this, you actually only get 1 ingot and 3 nuggets. Of course, 3 nuggets times 9, you know, is a decent chunk of change, right? Because 3 ingots makes 9 nuggets, which means 1 extra ingot. So 9 raw copper chunks equals 3 ingots and a block. So definitely not an awful trade-off. Of course, you just need lava, and it's kind of like an early game way to just get a little bit more for the bang out of your buck, right? Like, that's bang for your buck, one of those. But later on, of course, you could do the foundry, which will give you a different metal, just the exact same kind of trade-off with that. I'm pretty sure if we look at ores, I don't know if this alters that chance. So if we press use on this and look at this, huh? So if you actually throw an ore in here, you actually can get 8 ingots out of it. So hold on, let's test this. I'm curious because I actually have some ore in here. Let's grab this so we can clear out the copper. Where's that ore at? I have iron ore in here. I think I did something with the gold that I had, which is fine. This iron will work, but let's get this cleared out real quick here. So basin, right click on the faucet, it'll all empty out. Of course, not all of it, because this is only making a block, so we'll have a few more ingots in there, but that should be fine. If anything converts, it won't be that much. But so if we throw 3 iron ore in here, because this might be the way to go now, is doing ores, but I didn't look at iron ore, so I don't know if this is going to be a drastic improvement or not, so we're kind of waiting on that. So let me wait for this to get done, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so it's about to finish here, and we've got 8 ingots. That's kind of disappointing. So I'm kind of confused. Okay, so this still gives you 2 ingots and 6 nuggets, which I mean is not awful at all. Deep slate, I don't think this would do really anything differently. Yeah, so copper, let's look at like coal. No, not coal, gold. So 2, 6. Redstone, I don't think this actually smelts down. A lapis doesn't smelt down. Diamond does smelt down. Melting, 2 gems. Okay. I mean, that's not terrible, right? Like, that is still doubling. So I think a silk touch pickaxe would probably be the way to go in this playthrough. I think I might have to get one. Because this seems like the best way to get ores, right? Like, I think that's 100% a guarantee. Kind of scared to throw gold in here because I just have a bunch of different ores in here. But what we can do is just go grab an iron ingot if I have one. I don't think I do actually have an iron ingot on me though, do I? I don't think I have an iron ingot in general. That's okay. So let's end the episode here. We'll get into Tinkers a lot more in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. The first video has done extremely well into what I was actually expecting, so that's awesome. I hope you guys do enjoy this episode. The next episode, of course, will be on Saturday. Kind of just doing a day in between. And then I think next week I'll keep this kind of schedule where it's Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday, just so I, have a little bit of time in between each episode. Kind of have Sunday, Monday, and then, Wednesday, and then Friday. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!